big round of applause for him, please.
Welcome everybody. It's very hot today, so that was only a half hour. So I'm Arab guy, I'm from the Munich CCC chapter and development hardware, we call this Luftschleuse. We have an old one system and we move our hackerspace to a new location and we redeploy and re-engineer this locking system. We have a system that so assess every member, or we have some key holders that have access all times to the hackerspace, and also the members you can access to the hackerspace when a key holder is in. So everybody knows with keys, oh, many keys are duplicated or missing, or you have expensive key systems, and when you keep missing, you have to exchange them. So development this open source system with allow to control via a standard OpenVRT router to with a lock controller many types of electromechanical locks. I'll show you how the lock controller works. The principal system works on the hackerspace, and I'll tell you about some issues that you get to deploy the system. So first thing is a keyless entry, so we don't need to touch any key with this. You have your smartphone or a laptop, anything must have a terminal and an open SSH access. Sure, it is an open source system. We publish the complete hardware and software, so you can build it, you can modify it, and there's no security or obscurity inside or something from the system. It's easy key management. You just your key holder, drop your public SSH key on the GitHub, and you can access to the system. We have some modes of the hackerspace. They are like public day, so all doors are open, everybody come in. We have the member mode, so you need to have a simple access to come in, or we have the closed, so maybe nobody is in, or we may have some special mode, it's only key holder, you get in, you take something for 20 minutes and go again. And the nice feature is this will be announced on the IRC channel, so everybody can see the hackerspace open. This simple systems, we need a standard open VRT router. Everything we use on small Karambula board. You can also every other router that have a just simple serial port can do it. So the first was pictures very don't see it. It's like here is a Phonero router, cheap thing, and some breakout board with an Atmel controller. So just tape it together. This was the first one that you get. This will later be done in an aluminum box, but still working some years. And the last one doesn't work very properly anymore. So the first thing was this. So the picture is very loose. This is cold Keymatic. This is like a plastic motor that you can fit that in the inside of your door. This is cheap. It's about 120 euros. You can plug screw it on, and we just connect the buttons to our simple controller logic, and you open the door. Just turn the key off the inside. You need to know about a cylinder with emergency function to can put keys on both sides. And that was it. So the system was, and the last was very unstable. The mechanic is like plastic and not really a really secure environment to get access every time. We have a reset switch outside electrical box. So the system not works. You open the electrical box and the staircase and reset it, and like something like this. This was very funny. So last year on September, we moved to our hackerspace, and we first used just simple keys. And then I told you, okay, I built new one hardware for this. We have 3 doors, so it's not like simple. We have just one door. We have a front entrance, we have a back entrance, also emergency access in the cellar. So I think we have deployed a new system. So I show you what this is. This is very bad readable about the sun. So we have here's about this Karambula board. This have 2 Ethernet ports, have a wireless LAN, and have 2 serial ports. It's about cheap. It's about 20 euro when you use only the module. We also use this breaker board. It was 39 euros. And Was the other system? The Ethernet, wireless LAN. Then we have a power supply for 12 volts. The whole entire system will be running on a simple 12-volt system. We have only a battery here, so the battery will be recharged and we get about 24 hours. I think we can back up the system when the power is lost. So the people always come in the hackerspace rooms. This will connect it to a standard serial port with TTL level. So every router, OpenVRT device has this inside. And then we have one here called as MUC. This is a master controller. This first thing makes the power supply, also the 5 volts for the Karambula boards. And we have some RS485 bus system. This can about 1 kilometers when you like. It's a very stable system. This will connect it to the lock controllers itself. You always have the controller board. And this will control the door lock. On our gives the status back. So we also have we have a magnetic contact on the door. You can check the doors, close it. And also the lock itself has some switches inside. You can read out the position back to these doors closed, the doors open, the door is locked. You can always back and transfer it back to via the master controller to the open WRT system, and you always get back the status. The first thing what I do is to find the right locking equipment. So we don't like this plastic motors anymore. We use a stable system that works for years and also gives a little bit security. That is not a bank something, but the locks must be working properly, and always need to check the door with close it secure. And also the acceptable pricing. So the first thing you see, okay, when you buy a lock what you like, this is about 600 to 1,000 euros. So that's not horrible. But I told in a few minutes what we do to get this acceptable price. Also fits on the door. There's many types of door locks we have. So makes us first analyze what the market gives. I have here some example for it. What we also used, this next one I get some from Austria today for a few days and analyze them. And it's also a nice option. I have one here. This is only half of this. It's called FRMCI. This is a motor that can be mounted on a modular cylinder system. You also can outside have a backup key from a good locking system like FRMCS or FR3KS, was a very prick-proof system outside. And analyze them. You have the motor is just this 2 pins, and we can directly driven by our lock controllers. And just here is one wire EEPROM inside and some 2 position switches when you can check when you make a turn and which direction turn. It's just an analog voltage came out. So it's very nice from this company to make a hacker-friendly device. We don't need any expensive controllers. Okay, you see anything here? There's something like small box. What you thinking about? Mount is electrical box with electronic inside, very expensive. 200 euros per controller. I think it's about 200 euros. But it's very simple to mount. You just exchange the cylinder lock, mount this, and connect this to the lock controller, and you're done. So when you have rent your hacker space, you don't like mounting on something on doors, this will be a very nice solution. The next thing, so oh yes, you see, this is the EMCI lock. So you see here, this is these small controllers. This need anymore, and this is the cylinder. So it's a very nice thing on this is to deploy these controllers. I don't know why lock companies always say, yeah, we have a lock and we need the extra controller for it. So. But in this case, it's really nice while we can't drive this directly. The next system is what we have. This is this Keymatic system. But when you have a door, the lock is working easily, you can use it. So it is cheap. It's very easy to get. You have also the same thing as when you they don't like mount anything on the door, and you don't have a 200 or 300 euro for the deluxe. It will be working. First thing that you have to do is remove the RAV module. This use keylog, and everybody knows keylog is widely hacked. I think the manufacturer's key from ELV or ABUS deploys anywhere on the net. I don't search for it, but if you have this, manufacturer's key, you can just check out via radio which position your counter is, and you are in. The nice thing is, in the first one, we open the case and put some wires on the buttons. This thing have also a remote connection via cable, but also use the keylog. Also just use the keylog chip from the RAV remote control, connect it to the remote bus, and you just see some 3 wires from the controller. You also can, and you get some LED contact, which gives you a feedback to the controller when you get the feedback the door is locked. So also you can use it. If anybody needs a schematic from this interface or something, just contact me and we give it. I will also just deploy on the GitHub repository. So if you like, you can use this. A simple way is electric stride. But the problem is the door will be not locked. This means the door can already open with a piece of wire. But we have solution, you have key holders, you open the hackerspace mechanical with a key, and then you can maybe use this type of locking. This is very cheap, easy to mount. And this will also, we have a hackerspace in a standard house, that have a front door. The other controllers, we have 2 relays on the lock controller, so you can also contact this type of opening device. What we finally use was here from Dorma, it gives some few other manufacturers that manufactures these locks. This is a completely mechanical lock. That's very nice. It's lock itself when you close the door. So even you can go always outside with the handle. You have always an emergency function. This means everybody can, in case of fire or something, not nice guys on the front door, you can always go out of the back door or the emergency exit. So you can always get out. This have also a hole for the standard cylinder lock for overriding, but meaning you don't need it. In our hackerspace, we have some very, very few mechanical key holder. Currently, a standard system, we will also, this will be used with a pick-proof system. So even if fail the complete entire system, you maybe have get access. This have 5 mechanical switches inside, so every position from the lock mechanic itself will be monitored, will read out from the locking controller. So very nice solution. This is a number is also from Assa Abloy manufacturing. And I get them the first one for the front door about €100 on eBay. And the very nice thing, this for the back door about €15. So there's always a few of these locks are in eBay, so you have to wait 4 weeks to get one. This is very nice. This was also original. It's also a very large locking controller with microcontroller inside. The only thing what I made is it has the contacts from the locks, and you have few pins you can push and open, close or something. This was we use on the back door. This is manufactured anymore. This has this locking controller inside. So the manufacturer says, oh, we get only €600 for this lock. Oh, we make the controller outside. We get €1,000 for this lock, why everybody has to buy these controllers. But we need it anymore, why we put all this stuff in our controller. So the mounting of this lock is, sorry about this, is very easy. You have to run a cable on it, so it's maybe difficult to get inside. But also the solution is when you go outside cylinder hole, you also get the cable out and just run it on the door. On the front doors, we get the new door. We also give the company who made the door, hey, we want this lock, and he puts it in with cable running. But until it's the cable on, we have to change it. So that's a stupid company. So we have these 2 doors. The emergency exit is still not made, but it's in the future. So very easy. You can get outside. You just access with your HHH key, and the door will open for 10 seconds, and you're in. So first, I then make my hardware design like this. This was the log controller itself. The main thing was working with every time of logs was be deployed, so it's very universal system. First thing is an H-bridge drive on it. You can both DC motors with 12 volt in both direction. What you need, like logs as this. This is a 12 volt logs, just connected. And you have also a few analog or digital inputs or output what you run. It's also a DC-DC converter on it for the 5 volt for the microcontrollers. Also for the WRT router. There are two relays on it, thus you can switch 230 volts with two changeover contacts. And also two AC doorbell inputs with an OPLU coupler. You can put your bell on it. So if you have a hackerspace with an external front door, people can ring in it, and this will be detected from this box. And when the globe are open, you can just contact the relay, and the front door will be open. So next is the schematic. So I think we see nothing on the screen. So sorry about this. Make real thin. This is an Atmel 644 controllers. We have some digital analog inputs here. We have an RS485 drivers. We have the OPLU couplers. We have the GTEC connection. We have the simple programming connection, and also this one is a new one. You might be you like to show. This is the new hardware. Ready is now deployed. We have some beta hardware made, so it's a little bit different, but this is completely software compatible. And also, there's a display. We use a Nokia 1600 display, so it's always cheap on eBay. And you have the switching regulator. It's just standard Reichelt parts. This is this H-bridge driver. You can also monitor the power. So if you have drive and you drive like this, you can the first run and you check the power consumption. And when you end, the power the current will be running up. You can monitor it and shut off. And okay, we have a little bit of time. So this was on the hardware deploying, and maybe see layout. Okay, we see nothing. Maybe just look on the PCB, what running through here. Alles now fits in this standard box here, so easy to mount. This was the last deploying of it, and all fits on this PCB. Now we use the same thing as master controller and as log controller. If you have a setup with the doors directly to the WRT router, you don't need an external log controller. You just can use one of this. So if you have a longer bus system, you may use one as master controller to exchange the serial protocol to RS485. Also here is two inputs, one for the battery, one for the power supply. It's coupled with the diode, so if main power is down, so the battery doesn't discharge via power supply. Only two relays on it, so if you have a standard setup, just use one of them. If you have a cable or you have more doors, you just one as master and put your doors together. You can also use this to drive many other nice stuff in your hackerspace, so you do these for logs only. So, okay, here's the hardware itself anymore. This is running through. The wireless hub is on WRT device, was already told. So the guy was made the software, Schneider from Munich, is not here. And if you have any question with or not can be answered, we'll forward to them. So you just use this Carambula. The system is only a small device. You can also use a Raspberry Pi, something like this. Anything with having a Linux system on it. So you use WRT, you can use other Linux systems. The main thing was to get and make hardware to drive many of logs, so it will be a little bit difficult. So most of logs don't have any pins. You can just give you a TTL peel on it and it will work. So you have to do something a little bit more. The hardware setup on our hackerspace is we are mounted in a, okay, you don't see, sorry about this, just in a key box. So when just normally hang out your keys, there will be the both controllers. Here only the beta version, the Carambola with a breakout board or any other WRT router like this. And the power supply, we have here two Blygiel batteries inside. So it's running up power. And on the outside, we have some display. Now it's only laser cutted on some piece of wood. So we will be mounted in the box in future. Only have the Nokia display in here, so the system display the currently status. This really nice rocket launch switch will be ignite the public mode. So our lights lamp, the buttons are blinking. So okay, public mode. Then the locks have a nice feature. You can be driven in the open mode. So you just can always push open the door. So it's easy to open. So everybody come in. This is public mode. When you have some talks or public day or lockpicking event, then we just open the doors. Other feature what we have, each door have also a separate button to just mount here in the box. And so when you go outside, you just push a button, the door, only this door switch in the open position. You can, when you something smoke like same thing, or just go to the shop on the other street, you just push on, we can out and onto the push buttons again. When you push, so whenever the last user goes outside, you just push down and the club will be completely closed. And also we have a main switch will be also released from the relay. So just the relay will open up for a short moment and the main power will be switched off. And very nice. Then we have the close it function. So when a key holder goes in, you just push close it. Okay, something is in, but it will leave in 20 minutes. So the key holder, so for normal standard members, it's not okay. It comes in the hackerspace, so we will close in a few minutes. Then member mode, every member can access, we have currently a door code, a mouse code to get inside. And the features we have also on this controller here and second serial port. So the next step is we choose any RFID tag reader, something like this. This will just connect it to the serial port from this controllers and you just hold your tag and you are in. So easy, and you don't need any mouse code. So a few minutes left. Okay, we just have key holders. We are already told they will deploy a public SSH key. You can switch all modes with a button. Can you control where you're logged in? And we have some gas key features. So we have some visitors. We can a temporary gas key. You can access the hackerspace. And member mode is just enter the club. We got about mouse code and RFID tags. Also Schneider make a complete simulation. You can simulate the entire code of the project. This will be found on our wiki site. You have to play with this. You just can use the code and play the complete entire systems on your Linux system. We made also some nice description about here. Sorry about this. It's very bad readable. This is just a picture copy from our wiki entries. We also have some GitHub entries, so also we can access every time files. The newer hardware will upload in the home now. And the sources about, you just go to the wiki of the Munich CCC chapter or just use on github.com /CCC. You find this project called Luftschleuse 2. You find every document, software, open source acknowledgement about this. And this is adevices.com, is this company that sells this Carambola board. I see today they have a Carambola 2. I think it will work it's the same thing. And I have a few PCBs of this. When you like, you have one. I get them for a few days, about 20 euro. I pay for that, so I get them for 20. When you like, to have one. So we have time for a very short question. We have only 5 minutes. When you have deeper question, I'm in the Muse CCC village, back from track 2. Have any question, or you call me on DocDeck 2767, We also on the own wiki, if you have any questions, we can discuss this round. And also have the ecosystem here where you have the short log and in layout or something about question about how connect a log controller or a different log, or you have this type of log, or can we do something? We just ask me. Also have the hardware on our village, so if everybody needs any answer, just come to me. And we also have tomorrow a talk at 5 and at track 2. So also maybe before or after that a short time for questions. So